member comes out and provides a service, but it's more than that for those who are staff members. You know, they come out, they actually build relationships with people out here. You know, we've had members who have met out here and who have married, cross-culture marriages, long-lasting friendships, you know, between races here, you know, and Remember is actually gives back, not only in those services that I mentioned, but wants to try and make things right between what happened with the non-Indian culture and the Indian cultures here, you know, on the Plains region. So that's a huge impact, actually. And Remember's logo has a feather, and the Remember organization has actually been presented with an eagle feather by me, because of all of the humane work that they do out here. Much of the work that they do out here on the Pine Ridge Reservation, they can't get even from the tribe. You know, the families here can't get even from the tribe. So when it comes to those items that I mentioned with regard to skirting and building ramps, if you don't have a housing authority home, then you can't really get any assistance from the tribe. So Remember fills that gap, you know. So it's a huge impact.
Oh.
Remember has been very culturally sensitive, especially like people that are not sensitive. Like they also assist with the wood project, and some of us that are very cultured, we still use the wood for heating and other activities.
Our people originally were very encouraging and supportive, especially with those relatives that were having a difficult time. As a matter of fact, you know, the helping behavior, you know, they really helped each other. And today it's more mainstream culture oriented, where it's individualized and it's about me and what's in it for me, and I'm going to do things for me. We don't think about the rest of the people. And so I really think that for me the benefit is like, it's not her alone, but tonight is the night that they all market their jewelry and their artwork, and that brings that self-esteem up and brings their spirit up, as the lady, the other grandmother, explained. You know, she was having a hard time. She's very resilient, and I've been her mentor and friend for 4 years now, and I know I have that. I can feel when she's down, and so I'll pick her up and we'll go do some things to help her. And like I say, poverty is there, and so her concern is food for her family. And so, you know, she decided, after being in spirit and being inspired last night by everybody when that wiping a tear ceremony happened for her, and the Remember community was a part of that really encouraged her. And so she was so inspired, she started a medicine pouch, and it'll probably be finished by the time we're done here. But the proceeds of that are going to go to buy some food for her family, you know.
Hello, my name is Josh Bell. I'm a student at Illinois State University. I've been working for Remember for 3 years now, and just telling you a little bit about my experience here, and what Remember means to the people here on Pine Ridge. When I first came out here, it really struck me the poverty and the struggle that this strong nation of people are facing, and you know, it's something that's hard to even see and deal with, but these people have to deal with it every single day. And so coming here and experiencing what they're experiencing is really tough. So it's nice that we have an organization here that's going to give back and is going to help and is going to solve some of the issues and problems that we're facing out here. something that really struck me was Henry Red Cloud said that it's like a book, that even though we're struggling through a couple chapters, that there's always new chapters to build on and to keep writing and keep telling our story. So Remember's just an organization that's going to change things and help the people out here.
Remember's story starts 17 years ago, and this is our 17th year in operation, basically designed to serve the people of Pine Ridge. We started out very small, and now over the years we're welcomed, we're appreciated, and we're an entity here that serves people, serves our Lakota brothers and sisters. The projects that we do are basically designed to get people to the next season. There's a large segment of population out here that doesn't have running water, doesn't have electricity. So we fill that void. We'll build an outhouse, we'll do bunk beds, we'll possibly roof a house. We'll do some things that really help people get to the next season. Our bunk bed program is one of the oldest running programs here at Remember, and over those years of service here, we've done close to 4,500 bunk beds, which equates to about 9,000 mattresses, which of course are donated from area colleges from around South Dakota as far away as Michigan, and they come in on a regular basis. And what's nice about that program that's always been a big hit is that we build the bunk bed, our volunteers deliver it, our volunteers go into the houses, try and recruit some of the young ones, get them jumping on the beds. They get a mattress, they get a brand new set of sheets, a pillow, even a blanket that goes on that's probably made by somebody else in a different part of the country. So it's a win-win package, you know, for those young ones out there and for the elders too. And these are people who haven't had a bed sometimes in their life. So it really brings comfort and also warmth to people here on Pine Ridge. And student opportunities out here start early in the year, which starts with alternative spring break. We get large numbers of colleges coming out here during college spring break to learn about social justice issues and do the work that we do, which would involve, during the early part of the year, delivering firewood to heat homes, to bring comfort to our elders. Also bunk beds. We'll even do skirting jobs to close off the bottoms of trailers to keep those houses warm. A variety of things, and of course the educational part for the students about social justice issues and about the true history of the indigenous people here, which is so important. It's information that's disseminated through our speakers, through our guests who come and talk, and it's information that was never written in our history books. So we do speak the truth here. Community here is very important, and it starts with our powwows, and the powwows start early in the year. Some of them will be inside in gymnasiums in some of the schools, but when we break out, when the weather changes, we're out amongst the community in Batesland, in Porcupine, in Manderson, and even the large powwow that's yearly done here in the month of August. It's the Four Nation powwow, where the small little hamlet of Pine Ridge becomes a large city where 40 to 50,000 people show up. So it's a mixture of people from all over the country, from different backgrounds, from different tribes, and people from different ethnicities too. So it's a great mix, and it's a great event, and it's not only cultural important, but spiritually important for our Lakota friends here on Pine Ridge. The underlying theme of the mission of Remember is service to our brothers and sisters, and stand with them and build those relationships that are so important. That's been our goal, and it's one of the top priorities here at Remember, is building relationships with people. Our volunteers with our Lakota friends, our staff with our Lakota friends. It's a good mix. We call it a life-changing experience for many, and it has changed lives time and time again. It sets people on a different path, no matter where you come from, no matter what your background is. As we call it, it's good medicine. And Remember has been around for 17 years, and we're going to be here for a little bit longer, and doing the work that needs to be done, and servicing and helping our Lakota friends. Our expansion plans for Remember in the future, in the very near future, is to move to the community of Porcupine. And we call this Adventure Feather 2. After 17 years, we've outgrown the land that we've currently worked for so long. But we want to add an extra component to what we already do. And it's community gardening. It's done on a smaller scale here on the Pine Ridge, but over the years it's been gaining a lot of support through different organizations, through different entities off the reservation. And we see that as a way to bring good health, good eating habits to the reservation. We see it as a change. We see it as an investment and as an opportunity, not only for the people who come here, but also for the people who live here on the reservation to start something new. And we want to be a big part of that. We've bought some property here on the reservation, and we've cleaned it up, and we've got about 40 to 60 acres that we can do just that. Hopefully start a co-op, employ more people in the community, and they're excited about it. What better way that we could help people by feeding them and teaching them how to grow their own food, how to nurture it and harvest it and can it, and be better prepared for the winter months that are very, very hard and rough out here. So it's another step to a process to helping the people here, and not only our volunteers are excited about it, different entities off the reservation and on the reservation, the tribe is very, very excited, but the people in the community are excited about it, and they want to be a part of it. They want to take ownership, and that's so, so important. So hopefully we can be the vessel to make that happen, that we can continue on with the plans of building this and seeing it come and invite the community in and be part of it. It's so, so exciting, and we're looking for support.
And
The ways that we can come together as a community is in numbers. We have several buildings that need to be built. We have infrastructure that needs to be built. The teaming up of churches, of other organizations, pooling their finances, learning and coming to understanding that you are making a good investment, not only in the property that rightly belongs to the Native American people here on Pine Ridge, but into an entity that has serviced those people. And what's nice to hear over the years that they have taken ownership, because they call us our Remember, and that's so, so gratifying to hear after all these years that we've been here at Pine Ridge. So we look for the opportunity, and we have many sources that people can donate to the cause to make this a reality, and we look forward to that happening in the near future.
I'm from the Ogallala Lakota Nation, part of the Tituwa Oyate, the people of the plains. And here in the Lakota Nation, I am a high school teacher teaching Lakota studies. My experience with Remember dates back from its very beginnings. And initially, I didn't have complete buy-in, although the original founder, Mr. Keith Titus, had shared with me his vision, if you will, and the mission statement, which I thought on the surface was really outstanding and something that I could get behind and advocate for. So I've watched Remember from its very genesis become the organization it is today. I'm very trusting of Remember as a Lakota, and the number one reason is because myself and many other Lakota people can see the tangible results of what they do, and also it presents a very important opportunity to share cultural knowledge with the many volunteers that come, and to have that cultural exchange, and just to share that cultural knowledge to perhaps enhance people around us, specifically the youth. And so Remember has become very important. They have incorporated Lakota thought and philosophy as far as building the Tioshpae, the extended family, and there are families, Lakota families, involved with Remember. Some of the employees are, are Lakota people, and it's their family members that do the educational presentations. I myself have had members of my family come out here and do some intern work, and that's in Lakota society. That's the very foundation, is the Tiwahe, the family, then the Tioshpae, extended family, and then the Oyate, the people. And given that train of thought, as a performer, a singer-songwriter, some of the young people that came here, and even one of the young board members, have been internalized into my family, and we addressed them by those kinship terms, and they were even a featured backup vocalist on my latest CD. And so remember is walking its talk in Lakota country. It's building relationships, and it's doing a lot of different kinds of work that can be seen, and thus helping do some soul work, some spirit work, and making people feel good about their homes and their situations, and for that, remember is to be commended.
My name is Jaden Peters, and the relationship I have with Remember had to start through my grandfather. I helped him come out here and represent our people and the way he talks and everything. But then I also got attached to them through work. I've also worked with them in the fields, and got to manage a lot of jobs. And yeah, for me, I've been on every kind of work site there is on I Remember, but the ones that would really touch you in a way were making and delivering beds to those that don't have them, and that's making a difference, because you come into people's homes that don't have beds to themselves or rooms to themselves, and you're giving them something to sleep on. You're giving them a reason to go out and make a life for themselves, make a name for their family, and that's a big part of Remember, and being a part of that, it's a special thing.
It's been a very, very rewarding, enriching experience. I came with my son Christopher, and this is the first mission trip that he and I have gone together, and it's been very, very rewarding. The Lakota bond of family and how family is important, and the circle really resonated with Christopher and I, and we now feel much closer together, father and son, than we ever have before, and that is a very, very wonderful gift that I've received this week from the Lakota folks. The one gift that I received that is kind of small but very important to me was when we finished a handicap ramp. The husband and wife who were there came up and gave me a wonderful hug, both of them, on finishing that. She had, during the day, had been very open with us, and I enjoyed her company, and she wanted to take a photo of my son and I when we were done. So I have a very special photo taking as well. So that's one small part of something that happened in one day here alone that will sit with me for a very long time. If you haven't come, please come. It is a very rewarding, very enriching experience. If you're from the East Coast, don't be afraid. Come out and really enjoy the rich culture of the Lakota people. It is very, very rewarding.
We're here with Ted Scans, who's the director of Remember. He's been the director since 2010 and a volunteer since 2003. So that's 12 years, Ted. Are there some key changes over those 12 years that stand out to you?
Well, it's relationships with the community, as Joe brought up, is so important, and the people that come to the res want to hear the message, want to gain a better understanding of what's going on. So we're looking for people to bring investment, to bring opportunity, which is really important, along with what Remember does, on a daily basis, and that's building relationships with other people, which is so important. And with Joe at our side, you know, not only at Remember, but for being an advocate for Keeley Radio and for the people of this great Lakota nation, as we say, we can't go wrong. We can't go wrong. So we appreciate his efforts and all the his love and generosity that he brings to the res. So it's going to be a great week.
Okay, so in all the projects, if somebody needs a deck or steps or needs some skirting or an outhouse or needs a ramp, needs a bunk bed, I mean, all of that starts by giving you a call.
Give us a call at the office.
867-2282.
867-2282. It's on our trucks. It's on our trailers. You know, people see us running the reservation for a lot of years now, and it's been a good ride thus far, and we're helping a lot of people. And the thing that it does for us, it humbles us, you know, and it honors us that we're accepted here on Pine Ridge, and we do the things that we do. Now there is a lot of work, and there is a lot of people who call, and to be truthful and honest as we are, it may take a while to get an outhouse. It may take a while to get a bunk bed, but we want you to just have patience, because we get a tremendous number of calls. But we're happy to do it, and the volunteers who come are happy to come here and learn and visit and build relationships, you know, with the people that are here. And that's what makes Remember so successful over the years. That's why we're still here. You know, we're family.
And you had the groups that come from early in the spring, like your college spring break kids that come in March and April, and then high school, and then you'll have a variety of groups come from then all the way until, did you say mid-October?
Mid-October, yeah.
Okay, and then from mid-October to March, what goes, does Remember still doing things?
Remember is mostly cutting wood for, you know, for elders and, you know, for emergency bases, and we have a contingency of Lakota workers who do work for us and fulfill that, because there's a lot of need out there in the wintertime to keep people warm. And it happens. Last year we did probably about 350 truckloads of firewood.
Really?
Most of it was pulled out of Custer, which is great, giving something back up there, and we come bring it down here, split it, and deliver it to the folks. So we look forward to making that even bigger and better this year.
How's it going this summer?
The summer has been an active summer with our volunteer base that comes from basically all over the United States.
And then this is, again, groups of volunteers come for 1 week at a time?
1 week at a time. They're in and out doing the things that a lot of the Oyate here on Pine Ridge have been requesting over the years, and we're getting good at it. That's the nice thing about it, and building a lot of relationships with a lot of people, because that's our first and foremost thing to do, is to build relationships. And after 17 years, we're getting the hang of it, you know. So we're really thankful that there is such a movement out here, you know, towards all kinds of good things, not only from Remember, but from different organizations and different people who come to the res. And what's going on here, there's been some positive signs, you know, just as we saw this weekend with the powwow. Wow, what a rebirth, what a rebuild that they did down there. and people are excited. People are talking about it. Over the years, we put a lot of Band-Aids, our Remember volunteers, on top of that arbor, and have held it together and painted it. But now that the tribe reinvested in that, and it was exciting just to be down there. And of course, all the group got up and danced, and it was a great weekend for all.
So, like your mission here, or things that you do, has kind of evolved over the years, this being the 17th year. At one point, you made bunk beds?
Oh, we still make bunk beds. Still get a huge request for that.
Really?
But bunk beds, we've done probably close to 5,000 bunk beds over the years, which translates into about maybe 10,000 people not sleeping on a couch or a floor or things, especially the kids and the elders.
Okay.
And we get a lot of requests for that and the other things that we do.
So other things that you still do ramps and things
Ramps,
like that?
in fact, we just came from one of our ramps just moments ago before we got here to sit down with you. A family here in Porcupine is receiving one of the ramps that is built, actually, it's a state-sponsored program, so we've expanded that they provide the materials, they send it over to Springfield, which of course the correctional facility, they make them, they ship them out here, and we put them together. The state won't sponsor any labor behind it, so they look for a volunteer organization who can facilitate that, and I guess we fit the bill, and we did 27 last year. We're on the pace to do 35 this year. But it's a great group, a great organization. Chuck Bullbear from the Rosebud Reservation, who is the guy behind it, Native American Advocacy Program.
Directly impacting me, Remember helps me manage the farm every day. I really would not be able to do my job if it weren't for them. I would be out there 24/7, night and day, if it was just me. So they really help already standing organizations like the Red Cloud Renewable Energy Center. They really support other organizations on the res, which I think is really a beautiful thing, because I think often, it's easy for organizations to clash when there's a little bit of difference, but instead Remember supports Henry supports Remember, and it's a really beneficial relationship.
So, one of the things Remember taught me is, like, you can't steamroll, through these things. You can't change the world in a way that I think that we sometimes think we can. Because there's a kind of a sense of entitlement, there. Like, making change isn't something that you can do. It's something you do with others. And Remember teaches you how to, not to fix things, but to serve. Teaches you how to listen and, help when you're asked for it. And that's what I love about Remember.
We have such a tough time here on a res here. Like a third world, country here. Within our backyards, and creating hope within that is what Remember does. Creates savings. They go in, they put skirting on, they do a little weatherization, they make bunk beds so children can sleep more comfortable. It's hard for them to focus on school, so they're here creating that hope for our children. Helping out in weatherization, sealing up, replacing, putting skirting on folks' home, putting a handicap ramp on some elderly's home. I see a huge trend around moving back, coexisting with the land. And Remember, they're helping families to make that dream come true. It's an eternal dream for each of us, but especially here, even harder.